Hey guys, this is Crypto YouTube's Digest, and this is the latest video. On Crypto YouTube's Digest, what I do is I go through the YouTubers who are putting out good content with crypto and put together some interesting information. There's a few YouTubers that I follow regularly, and I put them together in a video. I'll leave the links below, so if you actually want to see whole videos, you can just go and click on them. Pretty easy. Today, first one we're going to look at is Crypto Zombie. This guy's got 82,000 followers. He's been around for a while now. I've watched this guy. He originally was just an enthusiastic guy who was really good at. He would get good news, follow crypto news, and he would do good interviews, and you could see he was really switched on. His eyes were just like locked on. He knew what he was listening for and what he was talking about. Then more recently, as his subscribers got up, he's monetized his account, and he's flogging everything. He's now doing technical analysis, which his technical analysis is pretty basic. It's like instead of there's not very much technical to it. Sometimes he says, "Oh yeah, the chart is looking a bit droopy now," and stuff like that. But he'll get the hang of it. He's a smart guy. And at the start of so this is Crypto Zombie, and at the start of his videos, what he does is he usually puts a kind of like a funny thing. So let's just have a quick look. No, not that one. So he puts funny things like this. All right, so that's the guy. That's not actually the video I'm going to put on. I just had that one queued up, and so let's get into it. This is a bit of his technical analysis, and I don't really want to get into this. I have other YouTubers that I follow for technical analysis. This guy is really just not really got it happening at the moment with this. So you can always count on Crypto Zombie for good information like this. He knows who the big players are, who said what, and he's always following. So I've skipped, as you can see, I've skipped right past his technical analysis. I think he's going to. See, he does a lot of. See, if you're following where I scroll here, he does a lot of technical analysis. He never used to have it, any at all, and used to be more stuff like this. So I'll just play you a section of this.
Peter Schiff, the leader of the gold bugs, essentially says Bitcoin has again failed the safe haven test. Now, he is talking about Friday with escalating trade tensions, but notice he posted this yesterday at 4:31 p.m. So this is obviously a direct reference to what happened. The Japanese yen, Swiss franc, and especially gold all move higher, yet Bitcoin plunged by more than stocks. Now, keep in mind, gold is up 20%, whereas Bitcoin, had put in 300% at one point.
So you can see we get sort of snowed, the wool pulled over our eyes by these guys with these postings. But Crypto Zombie, he's onto it, and he's usually got a good counter argument. So I value a lot of what he says, just not his technical analysis at this point. I'm not going to go through too much more of the video. He's traveling at the moment, so he's in a hotel room, and he's really hammering through this information if you want to go and watch his video. But he gives a bit of a warning here. People thinking that altcoin season is on its way and that it's going to boom and you should go and buy altcoins. And look, maybe you should. There's just no way of knowing from what I can tell what the alts are going to do and which altcoins are going to boom. But this guy's pretty positive, Crypto Zombie, about all this stuff, and you'll always hear him. He's very rarely negative, even maybe if it's required to be negative at something. But I'll just play a little bit of this.
Now, according to Bloomberg data, here's an interesting thing about the altcoins. They say that the prices of top altcoins have started moving in tandem with Bitcoin, considering that the crypto king has already experienced a headline-grabbing rally in 2018. It might mean that altcoins will soon shine 2. Well, to that I say be very, very careful because times have changed, my friends. You are noticing, like, for example, right here in this article from Bitcoin.com, the changing face of cryptocurrency trading in 2019. And you can see that we are moving away from the altcoins. More people are moving to these derivatives, these futures, even these options types of trading, right? You can see right here, they mentioned Bybit. They mentioned Huobi HBDM, right? They even talk about, other things as well. And don't forget, we do have Binance margin trading, for example. They just added NEO and XMR. So, technically this is in the vein of the altcoins, but you're noticing more of that speculation, more of that trading on futures, more of those derivatives, rather than what people were doing with altcoin trading back in the day. So
So he's making a good point there, actually, I think. He's with, since the last real altcoin season, a while ago, a year ago or whatever, 2018, and where you could basically just buy any coin or get into an ICO, and people were just throwing money at it. A lot of them tanked, a lot of them went nowhere, and people lost money. But that's not the point. It was a mad, bullish kind of season for the alts. He's saying that at the moment, a lot of people are now just trading, longing and shorting, and futures and that sort of thing with Bitcoin. And so there's more options, more things to do with Bitcoin itself, and the altcoins are getting sort of left out in the cold. So, or left out of it. So that's kind of like the point he's making there, and I think it's fairly reasonable point. But hey, look, time will tell with this sort of stuff. So that's pretty much the crypto zombie for now. Next, we're going to look at Crypto Revolution. This guy's his name's Crypto Bitcoin Chris. He had another channel, and I don't know if he actually stopped it or whether I don't think YouTube closed him down. But one day he turns up and he has like 4 YouTube breaches or something, or 5, and he's been putting out content for over a year. So he started this other channel. Obviously had no problems, and this guy, I really think he's good. His angle is anti-establishment. How Bitcoin is the solution for stuff, and people and banks have been ripping us off, and governments are ripping us off, and he's got a good angle. He gets good buy the rumor, sell the news information. That should be pretty self-explanatory. He'll give you the rumor, and you can maybe buy it, and then when it becomes news and everyone gets in on it, you can sell it. So this is Crypto Bitcoin Chris and Crypto Revolution.
I want to thank everybody for watching Crypto Revolution, where I talk about everything crypto.
Well, he does technical analysis. I'm going to skip over it. I think his technical analysis is pretty good, actually, and you can join. He's got groups you can join, and they cost money, but I actually think this is a quality group if you want to. It's pretty cheap, but I get most of my technical analysis from Crypto Kirby.
So it's important to see where this daily candle closes. The last 2 times, so this support level down at about 9,400, the last 2 times that we visited the support level, the price, obviously Bitcoin bounced. So you got your double bottom, some pretty good support right here.
So it's pretty straightforward, and check it out. But that's not really why I watch this content. A lot of the next bit of this video is just I'll play the next section just so you can get a sort of a sense of what's happening in the market right now.
The analyst who called Bitcoin's plunge warns traders to prepare for more pain. Do we have more pain coming? It's possible. So this person, he said the worst is not over. He expects the leading cryptocurrency Bitcoin to remain below 10,000 for more than a minute. Bitcoin price breaks down from the triangle. Target suggests we revisit 6,000. Now, if you look at this on a daily chart,
so I don't want to get into his charting here, but there is a lot of sentiment out there that Bitcoin is going to fall again. And look, I'm going to take this opportunity to tell you this, and I'll say this all the time. The worst thing that could happen to you, me, and as an investor in Bitcoin or some altcoin is that you wait till a later date to get into the market. You're thinking in terms of a few grand. Is $9 grand better than $6 grand? Is 12 grand better. It was 9 grand better to get in than 12 grand. Stuff like that. What is going to happen is one day someone's going to flip the switch, and price of Bitcoin is going to go out of the price of the average man forevermore, and that will be it. And I, for one, do not want to miss that moment. So have a think on that. If you're thinking, oh yeah, I can get it $1 grand cheaper, when it's 200 grand, when it's $1 million, when it's $10 million, when a country has its whole net worth is one Bitcoin, probably not this lifetime, but when those sorts of things are happening, are you going to be worried whether you paid 6 grand or 9 grand for a Bitcoin? No, you're not. In yesterday's video, I just mentioned that China is going to, as a government, get into cryptocurrency, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's a game-changing move, but here they deny it a little bit.
Chinese state media refutes claims that digital currency will launch in November. So yesterday we talked about, China's going to launch their crypto in November. Then Chinese media says, no, not in November.
So it's not really saying that it's not going to happen, just not saying in November. So I'm going to skip through a few of these. These are just good, if you want to go and watch them, I'm just going to pick out I'm going to cherry pick the best stuff out. In yesterday's video, I mentioned how Telegram is possibly going to rival, Facebook's Libra, or here it's saying Telegram token could eclipse Stellar's market cap. The thing is with these things, in my opinion, is that they are when a heavy hitter, Telegram is without doubt a heavy hitter, and they can rival anyone. They're massive setup, and when there's someone like that gets into the market, it's probably going to be good to buy cheap, buy early, and ride the rocket ride through the profits. It's simple as that. So, I'll keep you posted what's happening with Telegram, this sort of thing. But, I can tell you now, if I get the opportunity, I will probably buy.
Telegram's Gram token could eclipse Stellar's market cap. Gram tokens are expected to be released sometime in October. I read this and I'm just like, I don't even want to talk about this. The spam bots are out all over YouTube. It's crazy. Everything's Gram token, the TON network, Gram.
All right, so he sounds like he's not into it for some reason. He's over it by the sounds of it. But anyway, we'll keep you posted. This could be a buy the rumor, sell the news type thing. But let's move on. Just lastly, there's a little bit of a shot in the arm for Ripple XRP at the moment. I still think that Ripple is going to be a big thing in the future. I don't think that they've gotten anywhere near where they're going to be at the moment, and this is just a bit more mainstream adoption. People paying dividends, share dividends with XRP cryptocurrency. So
SBI Holdings subsidiary is going to pay shareholder dividend in XRP. I read this and I said, hey, this is really good for mainstream adoption. And then down here it says that SBI Holdings, they're going to pay about 30 XRP.
So, it's not much, 30 XRP is not a lot, but, it's baby steps, guys. So that's Crypto Bitcoin Chris for the day in Crypto Revolution. And lastly, I'm going to show you this guy's name, this YouTube, his name's Sonny Decree. And this guy really, when he gets into something, he gets his teeth into something, he's like a dog with a bone, this guy. So he will get in to just slam people. And if he finds like a scammer or someone, or he's got an angle, he just hammers in. So we'll have a listen to this guy. He's good value. I'm not going to play much of his content, but you'll see more of this guy on my channel because, he's got some good content. So I'll just play a bit of this. This is about Craig Wright, the fake Satoshi, and a bit of a clip about him. And I'm not going to play too much, but you can go. I'll leave the link below if you want to go and check it out.
Do you remember this guy, Fake Toshi, aka Craig Wright, with speeches like,
Now, the fact of the matter on this is you can open up and allow free trade. You can open up and allow your country to be more, or you can wait and hand money to a whole lot of people. And I'll say this quite frankly because I've got more money than your country. So I'm not going to ask for anything. I don't want your investment. I don't want like Stellar and everything else to be handed money. I don't really care. I'm just going to develop solutions, and they're going to go out there and they're going to be created and they're going to be used.
You heard the man. Solutions that are going to be used. Most probably he was not talking about Bitcoin SV. But anyway, what we have right now, we have news from the court case Craig Wright versus Kleiman. And what came out over here is quite fascinating in my opinion. The court actually decided that yes, Craig Wright, well, he's not Satoshi himself, but he was part of the working group Satoshi Nakamoto, but now it's getting even better. He has to pay back approximately 500,000 Bitcoin to IRA. Now we're just going to have a look at the interview he gave yesterday to Modern Consensus, and yeah, this is just absolutely hilarious. You're going to enjoy it. A hearing in the Kleiman vs. Wright case concluded Monday with the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Florida rejecting Craig S. Wright's testimony. The judge determined that Satoshi Nakamoto is a partnership of 3 people, but awarded half of its Bitcoin holding to the Kleiman estate. Craig Wright told Modern Consensus he has no choice but to hand over $5 billion worth of Bitcoin. Because this transfer is happening as an estate transfer valued at $5 billion, Ira Kleiman may have to dump $2 billion worth of Bitcoin. The court also awarded Kleiman's estate with the intellectual property associated with the Bitcoin software, but not associated with Bitcoin Cash or Craig Wright's Back to Basics Bitcoin Satoshi's vision. According to the suit, Wright and Kleiman mined these million Bitcoins between 2009 and 2011, which were said to be stored in a trust called the Tulip Trust. Modern Consensus spoke to Wright by telephone today, just after he left the Florida courtroom. Well, let's be real. 2 months ago, we were all just laughing at this, but now this is actually, like picking up steam a little bit. Of course, I do not believe that Craig Wright has access to 1 million Bitcoin. If he would have, well, he would have already moved just a few coins from some of those wallet addresses. I mean, it makes...
Anyway, so I'm not going to continue on with this. I'll leave the link below. It goes on for a bit, but as I said, this guy is Sonny Decree. That's his tag there. Sonny Decree, he gets into these and he puts out some quality content. So you'll see him more on my channel. But that's pretty much it for now. And finally, for you guys who are new to the space and not sure where to start to go and buy your first cryptos, or not sure, who to trust, this website here, Free Community Crypto. I'll leave the link below. It's you can go and buy, it shows you where you can go and buy your cryptos and store them on an exchange, and shows you which exchanges you can trade on, which exchanges you can do leverage trading on, and passive incomes that you can invest your crypto in. So this is a very handy site for just links to things which are, and I've used all these links myself. They're all legit. And I've actually invested in all these passive incomes here. So this is just a little helper for people who want to get into stuff, don't know where to go to get links. But that's pretty much it for today. Thanks for checking out the video, and I'll see you in the next video.